I love series. What I don't love about a series, though, is when it gets me to the end and it doesn't tell a complete story, and it leaves me just, midway and not knowing what we're doing or where the characters really went. Or so within all of my series, what I call them is standalone series. So if you want to read them out of order, you can. You'll find out a few things, but I try not to rehash stories within, other stories within that story. I'm really grateful. I've got 2 more books in the Belmead Plantation series plus a novella. Which I already know I already know what the novella is going to be. I kind of wish I could write the novella now, but we'll at the very end, then we'll have a novella that will tie up the story, I think, really well. As it's turned out, I'm writing I wrote Belmont Mansion Book 1, then Belmead Plantation Book 1, and I'll write right now I'm writing Belmont Book 2, then I'll write Belmead Book 2, and they would just be written, to really intertwine. But Shannon, what I couldn't know at that time, I knew it, but I didn't. Adelicia Ackland from the Belmont Mansion knew the Hardings from Belmead, and Elizabeth Harding from Belmead didn't like Adelicia Ackland. Well, hello, gold mine as a writer, but in my mind I had just thought, I'll write this series and then I'll write this series, and they'll be, 2 different series. So events that are happening at Belmont, you get a little bit different view of those and of Adelicia from Belmead, and vice versa, because Adelicia looked at the Hardings as wealthy as they were, and she just kind of looked at them, and she looked at them as like, horse farmers, bless their hearts. even though they were very wealthy and all that, but it's just perspective. Weren't we just talking about perspective? Oh, another thing that a lot of people may not know is in every book I've written, well, the readers who have read every book know this, but if you've only read 1 or 2 of my books, if you start from the beginning and read all of my books, and this is my husband's idea. We're both marketers, business marketing background. But he said early on, he said, what if you put just even a cameo character from another novel in every novel you write? So I've done that. Sometimes I don't even mention who they are, but readers will say, like in a lasting impression, one woman wrote, she said, I nearly came off the sofa. She said, when I saw so-and-so and she said, realizing that this person, they had been best friends growing up. Oh, my word. And then in the Belmead Plantation book, To Whisper Her Name, that it's towards the very end of the novel that we see a picture of a character, and this is the first time I've done this, that we actually go back in time to before the time when this person was in their novel, if that makes sense. But I love, because it gives that family feel, that big family feel, which I love all of my novels, really connecting that way. So that's kind of a little tidbit out there for readers. If you haven't read any of mine yet, just kind of keep one eye open, because you might, you'll see some old friends along the way that you'll read right over if you haven't read the novel, so it won't ruin anything for you. But if you have read it, you'll see some glimpses of old friends, which I think is fun.